This is Faustino Oro. He is the youngest international master in history. As of now, he is 10 years old and 8 months. Earlier today, he was playing blitz games against a grandmaster. He had 1 draw, 4 wins, and 4 losses against Jose Martinez, as you can see here, who has joined chess.com 4 years before Faustino Oro did. He is a grandmaster. He is rated 2612 over the board classical rating. Now, I'm going to show you their most recent game, 37 moves, and yeah, it's insane how good this 10-year-old is. I don't know how you get this good at only 10 years old. It starts off with Yosem only playing a3, which isn't a terrible move. It loses the advantage for white, but he's a grandmaster playing a 10-year-old he's an international master, so he's very good. He plays e5, and Jose obviously plays some not the best moves. Now he starts playing for real, plays d4, h3, and now Faustino obviously just develops both of his knights, both of his pawns to the center. After Jose takes, he takes back, and now Jose develops a knight very normally, and Faustino defends it with his bishop. Martinez should have taken, but he decides to pin this knight instead. And now Faustino should have taken because that allows him to take, which they don't really understand what the computers understand, so it doesn't make a big difference. And you don't really want to be trading, so they just drop it back. But honestly, they should be trading every single time here. It doesn't really make a big difference now. So Jose finally trades, and Faustino takes back. We have knight going to f3, and this is a blitz game. They're making all these moves have been in 20 seconds for Jose, and Faustino has spent 13. So tiny bit mistakes aren't. It's not a big deal. We have bishop dropping back. This is a very terrible move. It gives Faustino a very good opportunity. This bishop was very badly placed because you want to get this bishop out. The way that the computer is saying he should have done that was saying, leave this bishop here. Instead of pushing here and bringing this bishop here, we'll push here and maybe bring the bishop here, or maybe bring the rook out and continue to push this pawn, or something like that. It does not like bringing the bishop back to his home square because it just wastes time. He only has this developed, and now Faustino is already castled. He has both of his pieces developed. He has easy development for the bishop. However, Jose has to develop this first. Now, Faustino plays the best move, putting his knight into the center of the board, and it cannot get displaced by a pawn very easily. He would have to move this knight, which this is obviously a terrible square, but he would have to move the knight, push a pawn forwards to displace the knight, which is very hard to do. Now, pawn going forwards, trying to develop this bishop is a terrible move that he plays. However, the move you have to find is very hard. The move is bishop to g3. I just showed you this. If you take, you take, and now, oh sorry, don't do that. If you take, queen c7 is an absurd move, threatening this square again. Queen d6 or queen c7, threatening the square. That would literally be a brilliancy if anyone were to ever find this. Maybe Hikaru or Magnus could find that, but not in a blitz game. So yeah, absurd move. He plays a very understandable rook to e8 here. We have bishop going to e2 now, and black develops the queen to f6. Now Martinez, or Jose, decides to offer a queen trade, which isn't the best idea, but he shouldn't be taking. Yeah, you never want to take here because you have such a lead in development with all of your pieces, and you're actually creating an attack. However, Jose is like, all of his pieces are dead. This bishop can't go anywhere. This bishop doesn't have any good squares, and the queen slides over, and now pawn pushed by Jose, and now his pieces looked like to be doing something. The rook can slide over, help with the attack, and the queen. So Faustino has to be a little bit scared. He plays f5, which is it's a very good move. I like it. But he moved his rook over, so he's playing this after moving the rook over, which isn't my favorite. But a5 was apparently the best move, which no one sees. It's the other side of the board. Why is that the best move? Like, computers are so dumb sometimes. Although it probably is the best move. We have rook going to g1, and now you're probably going to take, attacking the queen, and hitting this mate threat with the queen. So Faustino takes, pawn takes back, and now rook slides over, which you're just wasting time going back and forth. I did like rook over, taking this open file, but now he's going to move this bishop out and go here. But I really shouldn't be saying anything because I'm looking at a computer evaluation and I am very low rated compared to these guys. We have rook going to g2, which he's going for the rook left, which I like. I like this move a lot. The computer doesn't, but it says c4 is best, so the computer sucks. We have queen dropping back. Slight inaccuracy. It does lose pretty much his entire advantage. Knight to c5. I don't know if that's possible to see. For someone at this rating, probably is. For a grandmaster, maybe not for a 10-year-old, but knight c5, defended by the bishop, and I think it just like threatens the square, which forks the rook and the queen. So yeah, that would be a very nice move to find. But there's also other moves like bishop to e6, just developing your pieces. Like that's the second engine move. Knight c5 is the third engine move, and h5 is actually the top engine move. So he has lots of options, but it doesn't really matter. We have queen dropping back, which is not the best option. Now we have c4, which was the best move last time when he played rook forwards, which is amazing that he found it. I don't know how you find that pawn push. Maybe it's just intuition. But we have bishop defending, bishop to e6, like I said. It should have been played before queen back, but it doesn't make a big difference. We have b3 now, and c5 attacking the queen. The queen drops back, the best move, and now rook slides over to d8, and now Faustino, you can see, is losing his advantage. Oh, you can't see that. I thought you could see the evaluation bar. Okay, that doesn't make a big difference anyways if you can't see the evaluation bar. It's not the best move, and they're about equal. Bishop comes to b2. So the whole game, when he had a lead in development, I was saying he had a lead in development, he was up a lot, like 2, 2.5 on the engine evaluation, but it's a blitz game, so it's very hard to see, and you can see he's only spent 40 seconds so far in this entire game. So we'll get back to where I was. The rook slides over, and they're about equal. Bishop slides to b2, and he blunders. It's not a terrible blunder. They're about equal. He was supposed to play bishop to e7. Like, such a weird thing. I would put the bishop here because the rook's going to slide over here and go on the semi-open file with this one. So, oh, maybe this file's going to open. But I don't know. I don't really know the difference. I don't know the difference between those two moves. The queen runs away because it's scared of this threat after takes. So that's very understandable. But now we have another miss, which is b5, when he was supposed to take on c4 immediately, and even though there was no threat of taking the queen here. We have long castles, and that is the reason he was supposed to take, because if he took, then this rook would prevent his opponent from long castling, and his king would be very unsafe. We now have takes, takes, and rook slides over to e8, and now g5, both of them making mistakes. However, the position is still equal until h takes g5, which very much weakens this king. Bishop to h3 was apparently the best move. Where's h3? Bishop h3 was the best move instead of that, because he opens up that, and I don't understand the computer. It's so much better than me. We have knight takes g5, threatening the queen, threatening this bishop, and just jumping in and literally guarding everything. I think just takes is best, yes. We have pawn forwards, and now rook slides over, doubling these rooks on this side, and now white is completely winning, up 3 points. They're at a minute 36 versus a minute 10, so Faustino is playing faster than a grandmaster, which is insane to me. We have rook up, trying to defend against this threat here, and now bishop to h5, displacing this queen, and actually winning that exchange. So now white is up in exchange, and black has to try to defend against this attack. Queen's coming here, and the king is probably going to have to run away and see what it can do. Pawn goes forwards, attacking the queen. Queen comes forwards, going for this mate threat, but it's actually not a mate threat, and queen takes d3 was actually the best move. If you take here, you can't take, because it's checkmate in 3. Wow. Boom. Bishop g8 takes and mates. So that's why you could literally sacrifice your queen, but he didn't sacrifice it. He didn't find it. Now we have pawn forwards, which is a blunder. He would have had to play here queen to f7, trying to defend against this, which it's still completely losing. It's like +3 for white, but the engine doesn't know it. Now we have king to d1, and it's pretty much back to equal. Oh no, the computer's just bouncing up and down on the valuation bar. It's +3 still. Queen f7, defending, almost needs to happen. I think queen f8. Yeah, queen f8's a lot worse apparently. I don't know why. Maybe you have to defend your rook, but it's already defended by the bishop, so I'm not completely sure. He does play queen f8, which is what I was saying. It's the second top engine move. It really wanted this, but you just lose your queen after that, which is very bad. So we have f4 now by the Grandmaster, and now the rook is attacked. And after rook to h5, can you find why this is a blunder? Faustino could. Bishop to g4 check. Boom. King to c2 is forced. Now, bishop takes h5, and when rook takes, that is not a good move, because d1 equals queen is checkmate. They didn't get this far into the game, and you wouldn't actually take here with your rook. You would try to defend checkmate somehow, or just like run away with your king. Queen to e5 is a move. Yeah, e4 is also a move. But crazy, crazy game by this 10-year-old, and I'll keep you updated and show you some more games in the future. Let me know in the comments what your rating is and how old you are, because this guy is just crazy. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.